boys and girls. Today we're going to be looking at multi-step number stories. Now we've done this several times, so today though we're going to be looking at this with the parentheses first, right, with the order of operations. So it's just going to look slightly different. Okay, so first, of course, we start with our mental math, okay, using those parentheses first, right, and the order of operations. Can you solve these problems in your brain? Right, write your answers. And then for our math message today, it already shows us how it's set up. It says Mrs. Burns buys 4 packs of colored markers. There are 5 markers in each pack, so it's 4 times 5. She gives some markers away and ends up with 8 markers for herself. How many markers did she give away? So you're trying to figure out this M, right? The markers given away, that minus M. What did they subtract here? How many? How did they equal 8? 4 times what equals? And then if you minus that, it would give you 8. So I want you to think, what did Judy do to her to help her solve this problem? What is the answer? So I want you to write, what does M equal here? Okay, so because today we're looking at multi-step number stories and we're going to write and solve number models connected to number stories. Okay, so we're going to talk about how can we write this multi-step number model. So remember we've talked about how we are using all 4 operations. There's those clue words, right, that we want to look to help us. Okay, we always want to have a plan looking for that, what we're starting with. And so this is when we had to write our own number stories, our own based on the number sentence, right? That 12, right? Kevin has 12 presents. And then that 4 times 2, it's because he had 4 bags and he puts 2 presents in each bag. Okay, so that's why there was 4 times 2. Okay, so how many presents are not in a bag? So that's why you're subtracting, right? So there was more than one step to solve. And you can see that here. So we are going to be thinking about that when we have the order of operations, when we write the number models today. Okay, remember what you've learned. Parentheses first, multiply, divide, add, subtract. Okay, and it does not matter if multiply or divide, like you don't do multiply and then divide, right? It's multiply or divide, whichever one comes first. Okay, same thing with adding and subtracting, right? If subtracting comes first, that's fine. It doesn't have to be add, then subtract. All right, so today we're going to try to use these organizers to help us. You don't have to use these, okay? These are just ones that we've learned in the past. They can help you organize your work and try to make it a little bit easier to understand, but you don't have to use them, okay? Don't feel like you have to. If you don't understand them, don't try to force it, okay? There's just some, you can see this problem. There are different ways you can use these. These are all good organizers you can use. This story says Beckett bought 3 boxes of toy cars. Each box contained 10 cars. So this one says that they did the 3 times 10. Here's one of the parts. Here it made it as the start. This one made it as the small quantity box. Okay. His friend gave him more cars. So now he has 35. So we know his total, the end or the big quantity box, right, is 35. But we're trying to figure out the difference. How many toy cars did his friend give him? We know he got some, but we don't know how much. So it's the other part, it's the change, it's the difference. All of them will hopefully come up with the same answer. It's just if one of these helps you try to figure out that answer, that's what they're here for. You can use the organizers. All right, so I'm going to go and pause here, and then you are going to be able to practice this in a minute and when I go and model for you.